And today, I would like to begin with the children's talk this morning. The sutra we chanted this morning is called Amida Kyo or Amida Sutra. It is written in ancient India, ancient Indian word, and it was translated into Chinese by a monk named Kumarajiva around 400 after Common Era. And well, I guess most of the Dharma school students are age of preschool to high school. And 400 after Common Era is about 1620 years ago. And can you imagine how long that is? 1 year is about 365 days. So 1620 years is 591,300 days. So it's a long time ago. And all the sutras starts from talking about when and where this sutra has taught. And the sutras list the name of disciple who are attending the gathering. That's the part I skipped this morning. But, it's just like a classroom. Teachers check the names of the attendees, right? So the sutras list the attendees' names. And there is no mentioning about a disciple of Shakyamuni Buddha named Upali in Amida Sutra, but he is one of the 10 great disciples of Shakyamuni Buddha. And in ancient India, there was a system called caste. And there are people who are discriminated because they were born as lower caste or out of caste. And they had no choice of jobs, who to get married, and so on. Upali was born in Shudra caste, which is the caste of slave. And he was a hairdresser of Shakya clan's prince. And he often had chance to go into the palace of Shakya clan. So he heard Shakyamuni Buddha is coming to the palace to make his son, Rafla, and other princes of Shakya clan as disciples of him. And Upali was called by princes to shave their head. So he shaved prince's head, and princes gave all the belongings to Upali. So Upali could bring that belongings home and sell it to make money. But Upali thought the teaching of Shakyamuni Buddha is more important than these treasures. So he went to Shakyamuni Buddha before princes and Upali became disciple of Shakyamuni Buddha. And when the prince arrives to Shakyamuni Buddha's place, Upali was already sitting there as a disciple. And Shakyamuni Buddha asked all the princes to vow to the elder disciples. In the regular society, princes were upper caste than Upali. But the prince obeyed what Shakyamuni Buddha taught and bowed to Upali to pay respect to Upali. Then Shakyamuni Buddha praised the prince and said, "Good. I'm happy that you eliminated the pride as a prince of Shakya clan." So from this story, we are able to learn that the titles, social status, or rankings does not matter in Sangha. And there is no thought of who is superior by the birth. And Buddhism is the teaching or the path which we all walk towards the enlightenment together. Now, school year is over, and I am sure that you are enjoying the summer break. And this year was a little strange and unique year. And we entered summer break while sheltered in place situation. So we are not able to meet our friends as much as we do in regular years. But school is the place where many students of various races, ethnicities, and colors of skins attends. And we all study under the same roof. So please be nice and kind and respect your friends to create a better society in the future. Okay? So let's close children's talk with Gassho and Nembutsu. So please put your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. And now, I like to share the words of Shinran Shonin from passage on the Pure Land Way. And this is on page 106 of collected works of Shinran. So please join me in Gassho again. With these sacred words, we know clearly that this third mind arises as a call by which the great compassion of the Tathagata summons all sentient beings. The aspiration for birth, that is great compassion. This is true directing of virtue. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. So good morning again, everyone, and welcome to today's Shotsuki monthly memorial service for those who passed away in the month of June. And I have been live streaming every morning, the service every morning, since this sheltered home situation started. And I finished the series on Letters of Rengyo. And now we are reading Wasan poem of Shinran Shonin. And this morning service is from 8 a.m. every morning. And while studying about all these writings in English, I found how interesting the translation is. You know, the word from translated from Japanese into English gives different impression, and sometimes that changes the impression of whole things. For instance, Hongwanji uses the translation on white ashes for the Japanese title Hakkotsu no Sho. But Bukkyo Dendo Kyokai uses the translation on white bones. And this BDK translations kind of forces me to image or imagine the actual bone rather than ashes. So the impression is really different by the translation of the words. And this is about different religions, but it is said that the person who brought Christianity into Japan is Francisco Xavier, hard to pronounce, Xavier. He had a Japanese translator named Yajiro. And because of the lack of understanding of Christianity, Yajiro translated the word God as Dainichi. So Francisco enthusiastically preached, Dainichi o ogaminasai. You should pray to Dainichi. You should pray to Dainichi. Actually, the word Dainichi is used for the name of Buddha called Vairochana. So Buddhist monks in the area thought Francisco is enthusiastically spreading the new school of Buddhism. So people accepted Christianity without hesitation. But Francisco felt something wrong. The followers are not praying to the God. Then he realized that Dainichi is not a good translation for God, but it should be translated as Kami-sama. So after he realized the mistranslation, he started to sing, "Pray to God, not to pray to Dainichi." So the Buddhist monks were surprised and, pointing the fingers to the Francisco and saying, "Now you are saying opposite thing." But this is an episode which makes me think how translation is important. And actually, there is a history that our tradition used the word Lord Buddha, Buddha's mercy and love kind of translation. And now we are not using that kind of translation anymore, but it might give wrong impression regarding Buddhist teaching back then. And this is often we hear from elder members, but because ministers from Japan back then was not good at English, when they said three treasures, the members really thought put faith in Buddha means put faith in Buddha, right? So not only the translation, but language barrier is one of the causes to give wrong impression to Buddhism teachings too. And I am talking about this because now Jodo Shinshu tradition uses the original word rather than using English translation, such as Nembutsu and Shinjin. But without describing what Nembutsu and Shinjin is, there is no way that people get what the words mean. So this is one of the reasons my Dharma talk is more leading towards the explanation of the words rather than sharing the appreciation of the Dharma. Because I don't want people to misunderstand the teaching, and I want everyone to deepen the understanding of Jodo Shinshu by actually understanding the meaning of the word. So anyway, at the memorial services occasions, we often hear the expression, "Those who have passed away before us are now with us in Nembutsu." But have you ever thought about what this expression means? When I was little, I always wondered what "we are together in Nembutsu" means. And for those who is not familiar or new to our tradition, Nembutsu literally means being mindful of Buddha. And there are various ways to be mindful of Buddha, such as contemplation and recitation of the name. But in the Pure Land Buddhism traditions, we understand Nembutsu as a recitation, utterance of the name Namo Amida Butsu. So "we are together in Nembutsu" is equal to "we are together" when we say Namo Amida Butsu. But still, what this expression means. And I believe today's Shinran Shongin's word gives us the clue. And Shinran Shongin said, "With these sacred words, we know clearly that this third mind arises as a call by which the great compassion of the Tathagata summons all sentient beings. The aspiration for birth, that is great compassion, This is true directing of virtue. And there are 3 minds vowed in the primal vow of Amida Buddha. And 3 minds are sincere mind, entrusting heart, and aspiration for birth into the Pure Land. And now, Shinran Shongin said, 3rd mind, and that refers to the aspiration for birth. And generally, people might think that is the working of our mind to aspire to be born into the Pure Land, realm of Nirvana. But actually, it is other way around. Amida Buddha is aspiring for us to be born into the Pure Land. Amida Buddha is calling us. Please entrust yourselves to my working and be born into my land. And this calling is Namo Amida Butsu. So what we need to attain birth into the Pure Land is already in the name Namo Amida Butsu. And this is the wish of Buddha for us to be born into the Pure Land. So we accept the working with gratitude. And also, those who have passed away before us attained birth and became Buddha. And they are recommending us, wishing us to be born into the Pure Land of Amida. They are calling, please entrust yourselves to the working of Amida and be born into the Pure Land. And this calling is also Namo Amida Butsu. So within Namo Amida Butsu, we are receiving the working of Buddha's wishes of Buddhas, calling us to entrust ourselves to the working and be born into the Pure Land. So in this sense, when we say Namo Amida Butsu, we are together with our loved ones who have passed away and became Buddha. When we lose our loved ones, we cannot help but think about our loved ones often. I still think about and dream about my mother who passed away 19 years ago. But her calling is in Nembutsu. She is calling me as a Buddha. She's calling, I am waiting you here, so please entrust yourself to the working of Amida Buddha and be born into the Pure Land. So when I say Namo Amida Butsu, I am always with my mother, with my mother's wish. And finally, Nembutsu is also the gratitude for Buddha's benevolence. We are receiving the wish of Amida Buddha and Buddhas to be born into the Pure Land. It's not we are aspiring to be born and creating the virtue by saying Namo Amida Butsu. But because we receive the working from Amida Buddhas and Buddhas, we say Namo Amida Butsu with gratitude. So I hope today's message gave ease and comfort for those who have lost loved ones. And now I'd like to share a letter of Rengyo Shonin on white ashes. So please bow your head to listen to the letter, and I will read the letter in Japanese first and later in English. それ人間の不祥なる相を つらつら感ずるに、およそ儚きものは、この世の始終中、幻のごとくなる、いちごなり、されば、未だ漫才の人参の受けたりということを聞かず、一生過ぎやすし、今に至って誰か100年の業態を保つべきや、我や先人や先、今日とも知らず明日とも知らず、遅れ先立つ人は、元の雫末の梅雨よりも茂しと言えり。されば、明日には幸願があって、夕べには白骨となれる。みなり。すでに無常の風来たり濡れば、すなわち二つの眼たちまちに閉じ、一つの息長く耐え濡れば、幸願虚しく返じて、通りの装いを失いぬる。時は、六神眷属集まって、嘆き悲しめども、さらにその会あるべからず。さてしもあるべきことならねばとて、野外に送って、弱の煙となし果てぬれば、ただ白骨の溝のこれり、哀れというもなかなか愚かなり。されば人間の儚きことは、老少不浄の境なれば、誰の人も早く五章の一大事を心にかけて、阿弥陀仏と深く頼み参らせて、念仏申すべきものなり。あなかしこ、あなかしこ。On white ashes, in silently contemplating the transient nature of human existence, nothing is more fragile and fleeting in this world than the life of man. Thus, we have not heard of human life lasting for 1,000 years. Life passes swiftly, and few among men can maintain their form for even 100 years. Whether I go before others or others go before me, whether I be today or tomorrow, who is to know? Those who depart before us are as countless as the drops of dew. Though in the morning we may have radiant health, in the evening we may return to white ashes. When the winds of impermanence blow, our eyes are closed forever. And when the last breath leaves us, our face loses its color. Though loved ones gather and lament, everything is to no avail. The body is dancing into an open field and vanishes from this world with the smoke of cremation, leaving only the white ashes. Nothing is more real than this truth of life. The fragile nature of human existence underlies both the young and the old. Therefore, we must, one and all, turn to the teachings of the Buddha and awaken to the essence of life. By so understanding the meaning of death, we come to appreciate the meaning of this life, which is to be treasured because it is unrepeatable. By virtue of true compassion, let us realize the unexcelled value of this existence, and let us live together with gratitude in our hearts. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. So this will conclude today's monthly memorial service. So thank you all for attending today's service, and hope to see you next week, next Sunday from 10 a.m. So have a great day today. Thank you.